Matty, before we get started with our review of the Bombers' big win over Brisbane, let's take a look back at last week at what you thought might happen.
If the midfield can keep that attacking momentum at Etihad Stadium, where I think the Bombers play really good football, that one of Jake, Joe, Paddy Ambrose will kick 5+ this week. I think it's been a long time coming, but I think that I can feel that it might be this Sunday afternoon.
Well, Matty, you called it. Joe Danaher was the man who came up big for the Bombers yesterday. What did he do really well?
Well, firstly, if you can get some score on the board early as a forward, it just helps your confidence. Doesn't matter whether you play 200 games or 30 like Joey. If you can kick 2 in the first 5 minutes, you always feel like you set yourself for a big day at the office. I think that he's probably found it difficult in recent weeks where he's had the bigger bodied defenders like a Scotty Thompson type or even a Michael Johnson, whereas he got someone similar size and experience to him, and he's just a super talent, Joe, and I think that his marking was as good as it's been, and then to have 8 shots at goal and to kick 6 goals too, I was obviously pretty happy myself with all the work we've put in and for him to get the reward himself.
That was Lloyd-esque. Without the grass toss.
I think Rd8 made a great point after the game. He said that we could see it coming with Joe for a while, and thought his effort against North Melbourne, although he didn't have a great day stats-wise, his effort to compete, I reckon, was a 10 out of 10. So sometimes you get those rewards a week down the track for the effort you've been putting in previous weeks.
You got some good support up forward too. Adam Cooney back in the side was significant, and also the pressure from the smaller forwards.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I thought Zach Merritt, when the game was really hot in the first half, I thought his rundowns and chases from behind was really good. I think his brother Jackson didn't win much of the footy, but same thing, applying a lot of pressure, which we didn't have in the first 5 or 6 weeks. And then obviously Adam Cooney, as you touched on, just his ability to set up opportunities for forwards when probably other players wouldn't have those footy smarts. I think having him back in the side was just a massive bonus yesterday.
It was game on at half-time, less than a kick in it. What changed after the break?
I thought it was too fast a paced game. It might suit Essendon in regards to what they want to do to score, but you don't want that happening on the way out as well. I think that's the ability of good sides to obviously have that ability to score heavily on the fast break yourself, but then you've got to slow them down. And I think that for a small forward line, it was a big back line against a small forward line, and being a fast-paced game, they got a few crumbing goals. But after half-time, I thought the pressure through the midfield allowed for long, high, loopy balls going into their forward line. Hooker, Hurley just had a field day, and as a result of that, they were able to repel, give it to the smalls in Hibberd, which was fantastic.
And Hibberd was back to some of his best form on Sunday. How important is he to the Bombers going forward?
I've always probably felt that he's been, after Watson Heppel, probably the most important player at Essendon, most consistent over the last couple of years. Obviously now with Joey and Jake coming through and Hurley and Hooker, there's so many more options now in terms of most important players. But yeah, Hibberd, I think no doubt with Dempsey as a sub yesterday, that he's the most important and probably most consistent running half back. But I think Bagley, every week that goes by, he's just getting better and better, and I thought he was super in the second half as well.
All right, thanks a lot for your time, Matty, and we'll look forward to talking to you during the week as we turn our attention to the Dreamtime game and, of course, Dustin Fletcher's 400th.
It should be a big one. Thanks, Simon.